Hey, ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Coco crew here holding it down live. You got 1/3 of the dream team talking about me, the sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, boom, boom, here shaking the room live. RVA, Richmond, Virginia. It's good to be back in the saddle once again. Did you? I know you did because I missed you. So, kids, got a lot of stuff going on right now in the world of wrestling, so I figured I'd pause for a moment and answer some of your questions and give you some of the latest wrestling news. So here's just a few of the wrestling headlines coming out now on March 16th, 2016. It's early in the morning here in Virginia. So I figured I'd pause for a moment and just kind of share some things and take your questions. So over here in the comments section, feel free to put them in. Let's see here. Let's kick this bad boy off. Looks like the injury bug has completely bitten the WWE yet again. Let's see. I mean, the list is constantly growing. You got Nikki Bella, John Cena, Randy Orton, Cesaro. You've got Hideo Itami, just to name a few. Now you can add Neville to that list. Neville suffered a fractured left ankle on Raw. That's according to the WWE. It happened during a baseball slide against Chris Jericho on Monday Night Raw, but that's not necessarily the interesting part. Chris Jericho actually noticed the injury and was going to try to do a shoot pin, try to wrap this match, go ahead and wrap the match up, but Charles Robertson wasn't picking up on it. Chris Jericho rolled up Neville. The referee counted a 2. Jericho, according to reports here, this is to the dirt sheets, lost his shit. They're legitimately lost his shit during this fucking match. Got up, screamed at Robinson. He's hurt, shoved him. Referee Charles Robinson calls for the disqualification. Apparently, from what's being reported, this is of course being carried by the Wrestling Observer, that this was a legit shoot. Jericho was legitimately pissed. He legitimately put his hands on Robinson and then cut a promo, cooled down, and everything was fine backstage. So, I mean, wow. But I do want to say props to Chris Jericho for, his heads up on this, being the professional, being the veteran, and trying to wrap this match up. Right now, there's no word if Neville, at least right now of this recording, if Neville will have to have surgery. I'm thinking it could be likely, but it's looking like the man that gravity forgot. Well, it looks like he may be out for WrestleMania. So, that's just a bad breaks for WWE. I think they really, right now, with all these injuries that they're having, I really think that WWE needs to kind of take a hard look at their style, need to look at just what's going on, because this many people getting hurt at one time, there is just something up. I don't know if it's their schedule, their style. I don't know what exactly, but I think it's something that definitely needs to be reviewed. But what do you guys think? So over here in the comment section, tell me what you think. Let's see what else. A referee was also hurt at Monday Night Raw. That happened during the backstage brawl between Roman Reigns and Triple H. There was a moment where Triple H flung a production case out into the floor. A referee, I think, had he been a second sooner, it would have taken out his knee. A second later, it would have completely missed him. But he hit right as soon as Triple H flung that case, it went right into the leg of a referee. The referee in question, he needed stitches and sutures at his ankle. I think he's going to be okay. I'm not sure who the referee was. They're really not, unless they're been there for a while, they really don't promote the names of the referees that they have there. But it's again, the injury bug floating through WWE. And speaking of the injury bug, the Bella Twins, as I mentioned, Nikki out right now, neck injury. I think she's either just now or is about to get out of her neck brace. There's some indications now that Brie Bella may be hanging it up and wanting to become a mom. I know that we shit on the Bella Twins a lot here at KocoSports.com and ProWrestling.me. This is just there's a fine line between it being just entertainment. You could be professional, get somebody professionally, but them personally, I don't want to wish, those type of things on people. And if, Brie wants to step down, I mean, she kind of came to a crossroads. She's 32, her husband's 35. She's kind of, the whole reality of Daniel Bryan not being able to wrestle anymore is really sinking in. They won't be on the road together. And she's kind of getting to that age where, maybe it's time to kind of settle down, become a mom. So and if that's what they want, God bless them, more power to them. Just get ready. I think Coco could probably speak better on it more than I can. Coco's got 3 kids. I'm trying to have one, at least one. I mean, I got a stepdaughter, but I don't know if that really counts. So I know it's a huge step, but if that's what they want, that's their future, if that's the kind of future that they want together, God bless them and more power to them. And also the Bellas may not be completely done once their wrestling career is over. They've pretty much, love them or hate them, they had a decent run in WWE, professional wise. I mean, as far as being promoted, women's championship, or excuse me, Divas championship run, being prominently featured. Plus, there's the Total Divas TV show, and if it sticks around, which I doubt, because the ratings have been tanking this season. They're just constantly sinking. So if they stick around for a 5th season, I would actually look for the writers to maybe wrap some things up. Maybe if it's legit, then yes. But if it's not, I would be totally against it. John Cena popping the question, Nikki and Brie Bella, going through a whole pregnancy thing. I could see that if it sticks around. But the Bellas, they've got some other plans outside of wrestling. Brie Bella revealed in an interview with OK Magazine that her and Nikki, they're going to go through what they call, and I'm quoting here, a woman empowerment geared line. It's called Birdie B. It's some kind of clothing line, and it's supposed to be, and again, I'm also quoting here, we stand for strong women, and we want to be role models for women. So that is what we will go forth in. Okay, Brie, don't ever say that you want to be a role model for women, because if they look at your careers, you're actually some of the worst role models. This is where we get into the more of the professional part here of my hatred towards the Bellas. You've sent a really bad message to women everywhere, and here's why. You two didn't want to be wrestlers. The only reason you two were wrestlers is because somebody saw you and your sister in a magazine and goes, I think it'd be kind of cool to have twins in here. So they got a hold of your manager, whatever, talent agent, whatever you want to call them, and said, hey, these girls want to give it a tryout, and that's it. And the only reason you both have a job is because there's 2 of you. If there was just one of you, I mean, frankly, you're okay. Both of you are kind of cute, but not fucking like perfect 10 drop dead gorgeous. And plus, you can make the argument the only reason you got there is, aside from being the twins, is because you finally sucked up to the right people. And no, let's not talk women's empowerment. If you can do it outside of, hooking up with the right guys, then yeah, maybe you would have an argument. But that's it. So, but please, Brie, don't ever say that you and your sister are role models or want to be role models for little girls, because Dave has got a daughter, I've got a stepdaughter, and the last thing I would want them to be is act like a damn Bella twin. That's just, I know there's a difference between the on-screen character, and then the personal character, but if that's what you're going by, no, you're like the worst fucking role models for young women. They're the last. There's so many different better fucking role models. Let's see what else here we got going on in the news world today. Speaking of, let's just kind of get up on a up note here as far as the injuries go. Cesaro, he is going to miss WrestleMania 32, but it's saying that he's maybe out for a couple more months. He may be back. Cesaro in a recent interview said that he's hoping doctors, they can tell him when he can get back in the ring, maybe a few more months of rehab. So Cesaro could be on his way back. I hate that he's out with a shoulder injury. A lot of, again, with that growing list, and obviously he's bummed out because WrestleMania 32 was a huge payday. Here's a question for you kids. With all the injuries, do you think that they would let Titus O'Neil come back? Because they're going to be hurting for talent. I mean, Jesus Christ, they pulled out Shane McMahon versus Undertaker, just out of fucking thin air. And I was thinking they were going to do a 3-way for the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Neville, but with Neville out, looking like that may be a one-on-one. And it's looking like they're going to save Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar for after Mania. And to be honest, I'm completely underwhelmed by that feud because, in my opinion, the Wyatts have no credibility whatsoever. Why? Because they fucking lose every damn time. They talk a big fucking game. Hell, they can't even win when I mean, dude, it could be the entire fucking Wyatt family lost to the Undertaker and Kane. Brock Lesnar beat Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt at Roadblock. Oh, but boom, 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 boom. Bray Wyatt never tagged in. So? Only thing they did was screw him out of which is controversial in itself, which makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. At the Royal Rumble, the bunch of people who were eliminated went in and eliminated Brock Lesnar. The referees let that count. It's no fucking logic to it. It makes no goddamn sense. Anyway, I digress. Let's see what else is going on here. There's an interview with Tanahashi, and he's been, working right now. Obviously, superstar with New Japan. Been doing a lot more work with Ring of Honor, part of their talent exchange right now. And he made some very interesting comments. The most interesting one that I found was that he said, and I'm quoting here, "I want the ROH championship. I want Jay Lethal's title. When I get his belt, I'll defend it in the United States and defend it on the big shows in New Japan." Do you think that now that means, this is Tana? I mean, I know maybe this is just him giving lip service, being the company guy, putting over ROH, putting over the new partnership, maybe try to add a little prestige to the Ring of Honor title. But do you think that's should be Tanahashi's next, next goal? I mean, he's done about everything you can do in New Japan. I mean, he's dominated over there, and I don't think right now with his situation that it would just be smart for him to have another IWGP championship run. I'm actually intrigued. I would actually be, interested to see him try to break into the U.S. market, be Ring of Honor's champion, and become he's already popular here in the United States, but become not just a guy who comes and visits every now and then, to become a regular part of the ROH roster and defend the ROH championship. I'm actually interested to see that. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think. Would you be interested in seeing Tanahashi, not only come over to the United States and compete for the Ring of Honor title, but to win it and legitimately defend it on a regular basis, like a regular superstar? I for one would like to see that. I would kind of see that as a new challenge. Now he said, that WWE has never reached out to him, which I'd probably not, and I doubt they would get him now because he's already about to hit 40 or already in his early 40s, and he's had a history of back issues. But then again, I said the same thing about AJ Styles. AJ Styles approaching 40, having some back issues. I was like, oh, they'll never sign. Oh, there he fucking shows up. So I wouldn't rule out Tanahashi as far as a WWE run. Now, whether or not he would agree to it. And yes, I'm well aware of WWE saying that they're interested in Okada, but that's like us over here at ProWrestling.me and KocoSports.com saying, oh yeah, we're interested in Chris Berman and Mel Kiper over at ESPN. Yeah, we could be interested in all we want, but that doesn't mean we're going to fucking sign them. Doesn't mean they're going to do shows for us. Same thing with Okada. The whole TNA run left a sour taste in his mouth, and I seriously doubt Okada would, besides already re-signing, I really don't see Okada making the jump over here to the United States. I think, well, okay. The only scenario that I can see Okada coming is if he feels like he's accomplished everything that he can in New Japan, and they're off, and WWE throws a lot of money at him, and not just that. I think Nakamura will be the measuring stick, because if Nakamura is not pushed as a top guy, if he's not over, if he's not popular, or if he's presented as like a buffoon or buried, good luck getting anybody else from New Japan to come over, because Nakamura, I mean, he's not some small time guy. He's a pretty big fucking deal. And if WWE can't get him over, or can't present him correctly, or have a good run with his career, forget getting anybody else with New Japan, because if he's a top guy and he can't be successful, at least in the eyes of the Japanese, good luck getting anybody else to come over. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Tanahashi coming over to the United States, being like a full-time kind of guy. I like the prospect of that. Absolutely love that idea. Let's see. We got some questions here. Yuri Blake, by the way, thank you for joining us live. If you got questions, put them over here. Hopefully the next injury would be to Vince. I'm taking full-on brain death, so he has no choice but to give WWE to her and change. Shit, dude, you're fucking brutal. Wow. I don't know really how to address that, but I really don't want to wish something like that on somebody. But no, McMahon's already said he's not going to retire. He's going to go till he just can't go anymore. So I could actually picture him staying the CEO until like the board actually forces him out. And that's happened before, in companies. Somebody founds a company, they stay in there. I mean, hell, it happened to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs essentially got fired and booted out by the very company that he founded, by the whole board that essentially he created. They got, granted, he came back and, completely turned Apple and everything around to the juggernaut that it is now. But that's not completely uncommon, and I got a feeling that's what's going to have to happen. If they didn't have the WWE Network, I think he might have actually been gone by now. But they've got the excuses that TV is changing. People, and largely it's true. People watch TV differently now. See, back when we were kids, we had to fucking sit down on the fucking couch and watch fucking TV, and we had, if we missed it, then we fucking missed it. If you had a VCR, I know I'm going old school here, you could maybe, set your VCR, record it, go back and watch it. But now people watch TV with a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop. They always have something else in their hands, and that's why you got to be careful when you, especially with me in the news business. When you tease things, because if you ask a question, well, they boom. Push of a few buttons, they've looked up, they can already look up what you're talking before, don't have to wait through a damn commercial break. Unless it's like extremely popular, like The Walking Dead, stuff like The Wire, Game of Thrones. Well, Game of Thrones doesn't have commercials anyway, but Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Unless it's like a super popular show like that, people aren't going to sit through a show. They're not going to watch commercials. They're just going to wait, and they'll just pull it offline, and they don't mind paying like $9 with Hulu or $10 with Netflix or Fire TV. They don't, or Amazon. Even Amazon's got a service. They don't mind paying that kind of money just to not have to fucking watch commercials. That's what people are doing. That's why they're cutting. They're cutting the cable. That's why they're spending. They're spending good money on internet connections. And McMahon knows that, and it's his excuse. But here's the thing. They're saying that TV ratings don't matter, but if a TV show is really good, people will tune in large to catch the first run of it. People will, and WWE's just not. And I think if they didn't have the WWE Network, I think there would be serious questions about the direction Vince McMahon's taking the company. All right, next here, let's see here. Got any more? Bullet. This is Bullet Head. Jesus, I'm about to fuck up your name. I apologize. Kuzanaki. I think I just fucked that up, and I apologize, Bullet Head, wholeheartedly. Fuck Vince McSham, like that. I just hope that Nakamura and Styles don't get screwed over. Well, so far, Styles isn't. Styles has had some good matches. I'm surprised they let him keep wrestling his style. Pardon the pun there. His style after he knocked out Mrs. Teeth. I'm surprised. I think if had anybody else done that, I think had Roman Reigns or John Cena knocked out somebody's fucking teeth in the middle of the ring, we'd have been like, "See, they're too reckless. They're too dangerous. We got to get rid of them. We got to send them back to developmental. We got to." But AJ was like, "Well, it was just Miz. If he knew what the fuck he was doing, and." Even though I think technically the styles clash isn't banned, I think they're really discouraging that because they don't want to, especially right now with all the injuries. I think they're kind of discouraging that use. But so far, so good with AJ. I'm wondering what they're going to do with him for Mania. Because, if you're going to have another match between him and Jericho, you're going to have to add something to sweeten the pot because they've already had 3 matches and AJ's won 2 of them. So you've got to have something here. To me, it doesn't make sense to have Jericho win it because if Jericho wins it, then it evens the feud up again and you got to have another match. But then again, that may be part of the plan. Or you got to have just something to kind of end the feud where AJ wins it and Jericho goes off and does other things because it'll be after Mania. So that could be the way to write off. That could be the way to write off Jericho for a while. Just have some kind of I don't know, false count anywhere, no DQ kind of match, and they may be forced. I think the only one of the bright sides of the injuries is you're actually going to see. You're going to see one-on-one Ambrose versus Lesnar. You're going to see Sami Zayn and fucking Kevin Owens at Mania. Holy shit. Just let them fucking go. Let them fucking go. I kind of wish they would bring back Money in the Bank instead of making that just its own pay-per-view. It made sense to make Money in the Bank its own pay-per-view when you had 2 of those matches, but now that you've only got 1 belt, I think they should bring back Money in the Bank. But then again, that's the whole reason they brought in Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was to make sure that everybody got a spot on the show. Now you're gonna have to. I think now with all the injuries, you're gonna have to have people pulling double duty. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh, I need to do some shameless self-promotion. If you go over to, I actually got to thank a member of the Internet Infantry, and I apologize because I haven't thanked him enough, is Zachary Watts with the Internet Infantry. Good guy, classy guy. I've thanked him privately, and I should really thank the guy publicly. He's a really awesome member of the Internet Infantry. He hooked me up when I wanted to watch Honor Rising with New Japan, so thank you very much for that. And also, he started, there's a thing that we do, for those of you who are new to the Internet Infantry, it's called Stump the Idiot, where basically you can ask Dave, LK, and myself anything. You can ask us anything about anything, and we'll answer it. Well, we try to do videos on these shows, but sometimes we don't always get to everything, and we do apologize. You would be surprised all the questions that we get, and plus with our schedules, it's tough to get to them all. Well, Zachary Watts started an official Stump the Idiot thread over on the forums on ProWrestling.me. So if you're already a member, you can go to that thread and you can just leave a bunch of questions, like Zachary did. And Dave, myself, or LK, or maybe all 3 of us, or a combination of the 3, we'll answer your questions. Zachary put a bunch of them on there. I've already answered them. I think he's waiting on Dave and LK maybe chime in, but I've already got those answered. So if you got any questions that you want us to, you absolutely just want to have answered, if it's not a big deal and you want to just leave it for this and just have us, just roll the dice with us, trying to do a video on it, or if it's really good, doing a whole video on just your question, you can do that. But if you absolutely just want to answer and want some interaction, just go ahead and post on our official Stump the Idiot thread over on the forums on ProWrestling.me. And if you're not signed up, you can go do so right now. It's absolutely free. We're trying to expand our community. Basically, it's like a pro wrestling pub for professional wrestling fans. You can talk, communicate with each other. You can post your own blogs. You can do your own articles. You can promote, your independent group if you'd like. You can do all that. Just don't be like these fucking spammers who they had some asshole got on there the other day and literally started replying to every thread with this pitch for skin cream. And I'm like, go eat a fucking bag of dicks. fucking asshole. I mean, look, if you want to get on there and promote, Joe Bob's Wrestling Federation in Huntington, West Virginia, that's fine. That doesn't bother me because that's professional wrestling, related. But if you want to just jump on some fucking, forum, create like a generic profile and promote like, a fucking banana hammock. I don't know why I just said that. Then why you should really reevaluate the priorities in your life. So but anyway, bottom line is go to prowrestling.me and leave questions, and Dave, LK, myself, we'll try to respond to them, get you all your questions answered. We'll kind of keep this thing as a regular going. I mean, we try to be, the Coco crew here, we try to be as interactive as possible. And if I could also do some more shameless self-promotion is I've got a new series over on it's particularly here on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to us, I don't know how the hell you're watching this, but be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I call it Wrestling Subscriptions Unboxed, or Unboxed for short. There's this trend going around where there's several of these companies have launched a wrestling, basically they're like this mystery grab bag service where for a monthly fee, you pay them, and then every month you get a box of just a mystery goods delivered to your door. And right now I found about 5 companies. If you can think of any more, let me know. So what I decided to do was I don't have any endorsements with these. I can't offer you any codes, but I want to have just a completely unbiased view. So what I'm going to do is each month I'm going to subscribe to a different service. I'm going to open the box on air, and I'm going to show you what I got, tell you what I paid, tell you as much as I can about the company. And then from there, I want you to make an informed decision of whether or not that is a service you would like to subscribe to or not. The first one I did, and by the way, I'm doing these in absolutely random order here, so don't look into this. The first one I did was Lucha Loot. I paid about $20, well, 30 if you count the shipping and handling, and I did an unboxing there. It's already on this channel. I was happy with it overall, and to give you guys a sneak peek, the next service I'm going to do is Pro Wrestling Crate. And that box should be coming to my house roughly about 3 weeks, give or take a few days here or there. And I'm going to open that up, and then I'm going to start all over. I'm going to find another service, subscribe to that for a month, and just keep going, because I want you to see if that's worth your time, worth your money. And I'm going to do a complete unbiased view, because a lot of these people, they open it up like, oh my God, like they just got the Maltese Falcon, the Holy Grail, and the Hope Diamond all in a box, when really it's just like a ratty t-shirt, a fucking poster. So if it's shit, I'm going to tell you it's shit. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good, and you can make up your own mind from there. I know how originals, I'm unboxing shit on air, but I figured let's have some fun. All right, so let's hit up these last few questions here, and then, well, I'm going to bounce. Let's see. Bullethead Kusanagi, he says, you pronounced the last name good, brother. Would you like to see a heel-bully Ray in the E? Personally, I don't think the E has a credible heel other than Triple H. Yeah, that's their own damn fault. Right now, yeah, they're already heels. Yeah, you got the Bully Ray character. Yeah, I just kind of wish I would see a better heel Devon. Yeah, then I think that would complete the package. And Johnny Oliveira, Tanahashi versus Lethal. Book it. I agree. Book that motherfucker. Let's do it. So, well, kids, that is going to do it for me. I want to remind everybody to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Big reminder, we've got a big week coming up here. We've got reviews coming out for NXT, for Lucha Underground, for Ring of Honor. We're going to try to sneak in a review for Friday Night SmackDown. We're doing a lot of coverage leading up to WrestleMania. We're also going to try to review we have our weekly Monday Night Raw review. LK did the honors this past week. We'll see what's coming up this week. So we're usually trying to crank out a podcast at least once a day if possible. Right now, real life is getting in the way of the internet, which is why I'm on here. So I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to get us the questions in on our official Stump the Idiot thread. We'd love to hear from you. We try to be as interactive as possible. And the Internet Infantry, you're growing a little bit more, and a little bit more every day, and we love you for it. So this is Boombo, and for my partners LK and Dave Coco, I am over.